Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. Well, it's almost St. Patrick's Day and I have a very easy, fun thing to make if you don't have a lot of time. These are Irish coffee chocolate drops. It sounds very, very fancy and very, very hard to make, but they're super easy and you can make them in a pinch. And we're going to get going in a second, but before we do, I'd like you to click that notification button because I want you to become a subscriber. I don't want you to miss any of my tips or videos because I love having you here with me in my kitchen. So, Irish coffee chocolate drops. It's just ganache that's sort of, zhuzhed up a little bit with a little Irish whiskey, if you get my drift. So in my saucepan, I have 1 cup of heavy cream, which is the basis of any ganache. But it's the ratio that makes the truffle. It doesn't make it a sauce, it doesn't make it a frosting, it doesn't make it a glaze. It's actually going to be a truffle because we need to chill it. But it's the ratio of chocolate to cream. The less cream you have and the more chocolate, the thicker the mixture will be. So normally I do 1 cup of heavy cream to 2 cups of chopped semi-sweet chocolate, or chopped white chocolate, whatever you like to do. Here, I'm going to add an extra cup of chocolate chips. So I have 1 cup of heavy cream coming to a boil, and then I have 3 cups of a high quality semi-sweet chocolate chip. And in the wings, 1.5 tablespoons of really good Irish whiskey. Now, Irish whiskey, you may think that Irish whiskey is, really harsh. It's not. It almost tastes like vanilla. Vanilla notes are in there. I'm going to pour my chocolate right in because my heavy cream came to a boil. I need this bowl. I'm going to keep it. And I'm going to whisk it. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I'm just going to whisk until my chocolate is melted. Once my chocolate's melted, then we're going to add our whiskey. So that's 1.5 tablespoons. You don't want to add too much whiskey. Don't get crazy with the alcohol. Because if you do, I call them truffles, but they're really chocolate drops because they're not exactly a truffle the way we're going to make them. So the chocolate drops will not firm up. So you really want to make sure that the alcohol is sort of toned down a little bit. But Irish whiskey is intense, and you will definitely get that flavor. So you can see this melts very quickly. All right, very, very quickly. We're still getting some lumps and bumps. Don't worry. You want to just whisk it gently but steadily until you get everything melted. And once it melts, we're going to add our 1.5 tablespoons of whiskey. You can also add anything else you might want. So you don't have to do this for St. Patrick's Day. You could do this and put in any type of liqueur. Anything, Chambord, you could put in, anything. Any type of a liqueur, almond liqueur, Frangelico, which is hazelnut liqueur. And you can see it's getting nice and smooth, and it's thick. It's not like a glaze, like most of my ganaches that you see on my website and my recipes usually are a little thinner, and then we refrigerate them and let them get thicker. Here, we're trying to get something thick pretty quickly because I'm going to take a little spoon or an ice cream scoop, tiny or big if you want them big, and drop them on a wax paper lined sheet pan. And then we're going to top them with chocolate-covered coffee beans. So that's where our coffee comes in. So we're going to get a really intense coffee and a pretty intense Irish whiskey flavor. So we got that little bit of St. Patty's Day spirit in there. So now it's ready for me to add my 1.5 tablespoons of my Irish whiskey. I'm going to mix that in. You can see how beautiful that got. It got really nice. All right. I don't want to do any more sloshing. And I'm just going to get that in there. Oh, it smells nice. It smells really nice. And then I'm going to take my rubber spatula and I'm going to put it back in this bowl and I'm going to chill it. And you're going to watch. You don't want to chill it to the point where it's so cold you couldn't take an ice cream scoop into it. You want it just chilled enough that you could take scoopers full of it. Sort of like if you're making, you know, like a mud pie when you were a kid. You want it about like that. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. That's nice. That's nice. I like it. I like it. I like it. So I'm going to, and then that, this whisk, is for licking after. Why not? All right, so I'm going to take my beautiful rubber spatula. I'm going to pour this in here. So this is the base for your chocolate drops, and this is exactly the way truffles are made as well. All right, so I am going to put this in the fridge. I'm going to let it get a little firm enough to scoop up, and I'll see you back. So my Irish coffee chocolate drop mixture, which again is very similar to a ganache and a truffle mixture, is basically ready. See that? That's ready. I put it in the fridge. If you want to speed it up, you can put this bowl in a ice water bath, all right? And you have to stir until it gets thick enough. But if you go over a certain level, it gets really hard. And then you have to microwave it and get it back to a liquid again before you start again and chill it. So I have a little tiny ice cream scoop. You can always use, you know, a spoon and a spatula, but I'm just going to put them on here. You just sort of plop them on there. Any way you want. They don't have to be beautiful because they're so delicious inside. Who cares? And I'm just going to put these on here first, and then we're going to decorate them with the coffee part of our drop. All right, so this is a and if you want a little more, I wanted to tell you this, a little more Irish, just a little more Irish whiskey, have at it. Pour a little more in. Don't say, you didn't hear it from me. But it really comes out great. So do what you want. You can use as little or as much as you want. All right. So I'm just going to finish this up. If you want to take larger amounts, use like a larger size scooper, you can. All right. They look really pretty. I mean, I don't have a problem with this. And then you chill them until the chocolate is nice and hard. And you can put them on a beautiful dessert. If you're having like a buffet, or you're just having like a wine and cheese or something to celebrate St. Patty's Day, or you just want to have friends over. There's nothing wrong. This would make a great dessert, like a really simple dessert if you don't, you know, with a little ice cream. That would go really nice. Oh, I got really hefty duty with this one. Okay, that's okay. So I'm just going to take my chocolate covered coffee beans. I'm going to put them down. And you'll notice these are getting hard even as we speak, because the chocolate has been chilling and is going to its natural state, because cocoa butter, which is in chocolate, is naturally a solid. It's a saturated fat naturally, all right, because it's a plant. But most plants, for your information, are not saturated, but chocolate is an exception. All right, I'm just going to push these delicious things. Ooh, look, a double one. I got to put that on the big one. Yeah. That one's mine. That one's mine. All right. So we're going to chill these and load them up on a dessert plate, and we're going to serve them, and they are going to be scrumptious. I hope you make these incredible Irish coffee chocolate drops. They're easy, they're simple, and they celebrate the holiday of St. Patrick's Day. I hope you become a subscriber. Until next time.